Good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful winter solstice. It's that time of the year in which we experience the longest night. From now on, the daytime will start growing bigger until we arrive at spring equinox. Our ancestors celebrated this time of the year with the offering of gifts. Offering of gifts is human behavior, um, it is through this process that we create, that we bond, that we create relationships. To me, it's almost like the beginning of winter, right? We went through autumn, and for those who weren't very, successful with crops or gathering food, stocking food. I suppose, during these winter times, people would share, you know, but then again, people would share the goodness of their hearts, and they would share with people that they would like to share stuff with. Obviously, there's always, these people that are obnoxious and insufferable to be around. So you wouldn't feel inclined to help them, would you? So these types they created cults and religions and infiltrated structures of power so they could force people to share with them too, even if it was against their will, right? This is what communism is all about. And it feels to me religions cults it's the same thing, right? Religions and cults like Christianity, they seriously believe it was through this religion that people learned how to share. What? Sharing is part of human behavior. It is because of this behavior that actually we managed to domesticate, all animals on Earth. I mean, I think it was yesterday or before yesterday, I was, scrolling and I stumbled upon bikers who stopped and, wild what looked like a wolf or a coyote, just came near them and they shared food. It's human, behavior to share. If you have plenty, you share. You don't need a mandate from government or religion or a cult, yeah, or a book. You don't need a mandate to tell you when to share or who to share with. Sharing is something that is out of the goodness, that comes out of the goodness of our heart, and choosing who we want to share should be our right. But of course, like I said, there will be cults and groups of shady people that want to force you to share. Anyway, I didn't want to go there, but I think it's important to distinguish these things, right? So this is the winter solstice, and some religions try to hijack this celebration. For instance, oh, it's the birth of baby Jesus. No, it's not. I'm not an expert in theology, but you are mistaken. I think if there was, indeed the birth of their Messiah, it wasn't around the 24th of December. Oh, no, it wasn't. And the whole crucifixion thing, I mean, it's just trying to hijack already another event, another celestial event. When the sun goes to the southern hemisphere and stays 3 days on its tracks, almost like immovable, and then starts migrating towards the north again. And they're just trying to, you know, mix theology with astrology. That's what it is. Um, anyway, The whole crucifixion thing is repeated in many cultures. You see, whenever there was someone like a dissonant voice that was, um, making trouble, that was, unpleasant or uncomfortable for the establishment, they love to publicly shame them. The the public humiliation, shaming, and eventually, condemning them to, depart to the world. It was for the purpose of teaching the masses a lesson. If you disobey, we'll do this to you. So Krishna, for instance, Krishna was a dissonant voice, and Krishna was hunted down. They came with arrows and hunted Krishna down and then crucified him in some trees, I think. And according to the legend, Krishna passed away and went to the underworld, and he came back 3 days later, right? In which he ascended to the heavens. Um, the same mythology is repeated, about this other character from the Middle East. It's the same thing. So the thing that is different about these two stories is that the character from the Middle East was framed for someone else's crimes. You see, they just didn't had anything on him. They arrested him multiple times because he was a dissonant voice, the establishment, and they asked the compliance of the army, the Roman army, to intervene, in which they intervened many times, but there wasn't enough proof to publicly humiliate or, get rid of him. So they framed him for someone else's crimes, and hence the idea that he died for your sins came to be. Um, so anyway, he wasn't born, you know, baby Jesus wasn't born in December, and he didn't die in Easter. In fact, there are many sects that deviate from the whole Christianity thing, also Abrahamic, and they don't celebrate Christmas because they see it as a pagan festival, and they don't celebrate Eshtar or Ishtar or Ostara. They don't celebrate it either because it's also a pagan ritual. Um, Ishtar or Ostara, you know. Um, so anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful solstice. I went out for a walk as usual. I woke up early, and as soon as the first rays of light illuminated the area, I got out. It's just magical, walking at sunrise. And today was different than any other day. Everything was silent. There was no traffic, no people. There was just the sounds of nature. I assume people overate, and stayed up late. Now everybody is sleeping. And it felt really good, you know. It's almost like I had the whole world just for me. Um, but a feeling, a similar feeling, happened during this pandemic. While everybody was, afraid behind their couch, being programmed, by the specialists on TV, I was out, and I literally witnessed the grass growing in between the pavements and the animals taking over the spaces that are no longer occupied by people. It was really magical. During those times, I could go outside for hours. I would take my phone and start recording my thoughts, and there was no sound of automobiles or planes or people to disturb my thoughts. So this morning was like that as well. So, anyway, I hope you got lots of presents and have a nice day.